I mean, don't worry your little head about that.
It's just,
You just play with your truck.
Grant makes car sounds.
He's holding back. His race car will beat your bookmobile.
Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is a Marion City Council meeting for Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Final meeting of 2024. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mr. Harper,
Here.
Mr. Miskman,
Here.
Mayor Abu Osley,
Here.
Miss Menser. Here. Mr. Brandt, Mr. Sterned.
Here.
Okay, at this time, we have a moment of silence. I would ask that everyone remembers Mark Jormo. Okay, thank you. First item on the agenda is a public forum. I'll review the public forum rules of procedure. The first public forum on the agenda is at the beginning of the meeting for comments from members of the public related to agenda items that are not associated with the public hearing. Second public forum is at the end of the meeting for any comments from members of the public. Please understand that in that second forum, no action will be taken on comments made during due to the open meetings laws. If anyone here has comments related to an item associated with a public hearing, there will be a comment period during when that item is brought forward. There are yellow comment cards at the end of the table near the door. Those wishing to address the city council should fill out should complete the yellow card and hand it to the city clerk. Please do not approach the dais where the council is sitting. If you have handouts to submit or materials, please hand those to the city clerk for distribution to the city council. Once you're called forward, please step to the podium and you're encouraged to state your name and group affiliation. In order to preserve meeting decorum, you're encouraged to state to address the council as mayor and members of the council. All persons wishing to speak in a designated public forum will be provided a maximum of 5 minutes to make their comments. Please don't engage in conduct or speech that is imminently threatening to any person or incites violence or which is obscene. Please avoid repeating comments or points that have been previously shared. Please do not engage in conduct that disrupts the orderly progress of the meetings or engages in speech or conduct that interferes with the ability of others to participate in the meeting. Please refrain from making disparaging remarks towards any individual and keep comments pertinent to the subject. Failure to adhere to the guidelines or engaging in disruptive speech or behavior will, after a warning, result in removal from the meeting. Thank you for cooperating with these rules of procedure. Is there anyone at this time who's here to address the city council? Please come forward. Okay, seeing no one's coming forward, we'll close this part of the meeting and proceed to the consent agenda.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda. This will include items A1 through E2 and resolution numbers 32199 through 32208.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Jensen, seconded by Councilmember Sternad, to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved. For the next section, I will turn over the meeting to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda with the mayor's abstention as follows. Items A1 through E1, resolutions 32209 through 32210.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda with the mayor's extension. Items A1, E1, resolutions 32209, 32210. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries with one abstention.
Thank you. At this time, we have a public hearing on a proposed development agreement with DCI Properties LLC. We'll open the public hearing. And do we have a presentation, Leanne?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This is for the Broad Main development adjacent to the future Central Plaza project. It includes Broad and Main on 7 with the 7th Avenue, which is already constructed, and also Broad and Main on 6th, which will be a multi-residential building. The incentive being offered to the developer is a $3.5 million grant and $3.4 million rebate of 80% for 20 years. And the timeline for construction completion would be by December 31st, 2026.
Okay. Public hearing is now open. If anyone is here to address council, either in favor or in opposition to this measure, please come forward at this time. We'll ask the staff if we received any comments outside the meeting.
I have not.
I have not received any.
Please note that for the record. We'll close the public hearing, proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32211, approving development agreement with DCI Properties LLC, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32211, approving the development agreement with DCI Properties LLC, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. Discussion. We do have a comment from the city attorney. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. On Tuesday, we had stated that the parties DCI and the seller had not been able to execute a purchase agreement yet at that time, and that we would update you this evening as to whether or not that has occurred. It has still not occurred. The parties did outline the terms of the sale in a settlement agreement that they entered into last fall. And so I reviewed the development agreement that we are proposing to enter into with DCI, and it is contingent on that closing occurring. It's a term of our agreement with DCI that they will have that real estate acquired according to the terms of that settlement agreement no later than January 16th, 2025. If that does not happen, then we have the option to terminate the development agreement. So that would essentially make that contingent on the real estate transaction being completed by the January 16th, 2025 date.
Okay, so it's okay to take action on this evening.
Correct. We
Because of the
can take
contingency.
action, and then should there be any further holdups in that transaction occurring, we would have the option to cancel the agreement.
Is that clear for everyone?
Mhm.
Any discussion or questions for Kara or the city manager? Any questions or discussion? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor of approving resolution number 32211, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. We do have another public hearing this evening on a proposed general obligation annual appropriation urban renewal loan agreement. We'll open the public hearing and ask for a presentation again.
This is
Leanne?
a public hearing for the bond proceeds that we will need to support the grant for the Broad and Main project that I just spoke on, and I'll leave it at that unless there's questions.
All right, at this time, the public hearing is open. If anyone's here to address the council, either in favor or in opposition to this measure, please come forward at this time. We'll again ask the staff if we received comments outside the meeting.
I have not received any.
I have not either.
Thank you. Please note that for the record. And we'll close the public hearing and proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32212, taking additional action with respect to a general obligation annual appropriation urban renewal loan agreement.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32212, taking additional action with respect to a general obligation annual appropriation urban renewal loan agreement. Discussion? Questions for staff? Go ahead.
Well, I guess the question I would have is how does this relate to A2? Since that one has an exception in it or contingency in it until January 16th, how do we stand on this one as it pertains to A2?
As this is just the public hearing process and the additional action, that's just part of the process to give us the authorization to do the bonds. In order to do the bonds, we have a whole nother resolution
Okay.
that comes forward at the time we would make a sale. So this does not at all authorize as in the actual sale of the bond. It's just a step in the process.
I knew we had those steps down the road. I just wanted to make sure we weren't obligating ourselves to anything.
There would be no obligation at the time.
Okay.
At this time, this just clears the path.
Want to make sure everybody was
Forward.
clear on that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good point. Thank you. Any further discussion? Questions? All those in favor of approving resolution number 32212, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next item is another public hearing on the public safety training facility burn building package. Public hearing is now open. And who will, Chief, are you doing the oh, Mike, you're doing the presentation. Okay.
Yep. So in this case, we are asking to keep this public hearing open. When the bid was submitted from the one vendor of Draeger Incorporated, there's some slight inconsistencies than what we would normally see. So our legal and their legal are currently working through those inconsistencies so that we can come back at the next city council meeting with a recommendation on how to move forward. So at this time, we're just asking to have the public hearing, leave it open, and at the next set of meetings, we would come back with an action item.
Okay, so is there anything for the public to comment on in the public hearing or?
They're still welcome to comment just like we have any others. We'll just leave it open.
Okay, so if anyone's here to address the council on this measure, please come forward. Okay, and then we will keep the public hearing open for future action. Excuse me.
It is my pleasure to read the final ordinance for 2024. I think I had the final resolution last year as well, so glad to see I can wrap this one up for everybody. Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-21, approving an amendment to ordinance number 10-25 regarding the Marion Enterprise Center design guidelines for property generally located south of Highway 151 and east of 62nd Street, Marion, Iowa. Marion Economic Development Company. This will be the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-21, approving an amendment to the ordinance number 10-25 regarding the Marion Enterprise Center design guidelines. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the second consideration of ordinance number 24-21, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved. This brings us to the second public forum. Time set aside for comments from members of the public on any topic. If anyone's here to address the council, please come forward at this time. Okay. Seeing no one's coming forward, we will close the public forum and proceed to council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Sternad.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank everybody for another fantastic year. As we wrap up 2024, it's amazing how these years just click by. For those of you that celebrate, happy holidays, safe travels for anybody moving about, and thank you. We'll see you next year.
Echo that with, thank you, everyone. Anybody out there, thank you for the community members that have embraced our community this past year and the celebrations and all the fun things we've done and made Marion just a great place for our visitors and our residents. So thank you for all of that. Thank you all team for making that happen and all the hard work you put in behind the scenes to make it a great place to be. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, the other celebrations people have this end of this year. Be safe.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has a great holiday season.
I too wish everybody have a great holiday season. May it be safe and full of frolic and joy with friends and relatives. And be safe.
Frolic and joy, huh? All right.
Absolutely.
I got to follow that. So yeah, 2024 was, I thought, a great year for the city of Marion. I think there's a great deal accomplished. All of the comments we received throughout the year were, I thought, overall extremely positive as well. So with that, I look towards 2025 as being another very exciting year for our citizens and for our city. Happy New Year.
Thank you. I would like to ask the council, the mayor pro tem to please stand. Sarah has served as the mayor pro tem this last year, and she's done just a terrific job. I have relied on Sarah so much, and she has just been available to assist in any way that I needed, and she's obviously handled things at meetings. She's just done this, served in this role in an exemplary way. And as everyone knows, the way I've handled it, the mayor pro tem position for the last 9 years, is that I like to rotate it around so every council member gets a fair opportunity to serve in that position, in that role. And so we have Gage stepping up to Mayor Pro Tem for the next year. And Sarah will be Deputy Mayor Pro Tem for the year. And then we'll go on to the next rotation. I think it would come back to Randy, I think, and Steve probably, if I'm thinking of it right. So I just want to thank Sarah and present her with the certificate of appreciation. So thank you. You know, in the last couple of days, I've been to several regional events, and it's quite amazing. You know, when our team walks into the room, there's just something special happens. People want to come over and just say, we're so happy with what's going on in Marion. People want to share their approval and their really just satisfaction with the job that we are doing for the region. And it's just fun to be out there and to hear all the positive comments from regional business owners, regional entities, people from throughout the region. And it's, you know, we don't do it for that, but when we hear those things, it's an endorsement that we're doing the right things and we're going in the right direction. And I just couldn't be more proud of what we have accomplished this year. Every year, I think we just raise the bar even more for ourselves. And we realize that our potential just takes another step, and we have, you know, greater potential every year. And the exciting part is we're just getting started. I think we have the best city council around. Everyone on this city council brings something different to the table, does their job very well, takes their job seriously, does their homework. And even though we may not always agree on everything, I know that everyone wants the best for Marion, and that's the most important part. and that no one has a personal agenda. So that, for the residents who live in this city, that's a big thing, to have well-meaning, professional, very thoughtful people making the decisions. And then we have Ryan, who is doing an amazing job, and our entire team of people who collaborate so well, work so well together, work with our community partners, truly take their job seriously in serving this community and giving people good opportunities to achieve what they want to achieve out of their lives. You know, I, I truly feel like we don't exist. Sometimes you feel like organizations exist for their own existence, and I feel like our city team exists for a purpose, and we all see that purpose more clearly than we ever have. And we're all on the same page more than we ever have been, in terms of we are here to serve people and to give them better lives and give them great opportunities. And I see it every day in the decisions being made and the actions being taken by every department and everyone together, truly working together to make this community a standout community. And we're doing that. Across the state, people hear about Marion, and we are standing out as a shining light for this region. You know, we've become the leader. We've become the team that people look to for how to do it the right way. And I just want to thank everyone. I know that it's a lot of work, and we deal with a lot of issues, and we deal with a lot of challenges and roadblocks every day, and we're asked to do more and more and more, and it's not easy, but I just know that it's noticed and it's appreciated, and you're making a huge difference in creating something really special in this community, creating an amazing quality of life for people that has caused thousands of people to move here, and businesses to want to locate here, and people to make decisions to want to move to Marion from faraway places. That's really amazing. You should feel good about the work you're doing, and the role that you're playing in impacting people's lives. So I won't go on, but just know that I couldn't be more proud of what you're all doing and being on your team. So thank you to everyone who celebrates a holiday coming up. Best wishes for your holidays, and be safe, and let's come back next year and hit the ground running, and keep doing what we're doing. Thank you. Meeting's adjourned.